Welcome back, WICR, to Roommate Rivalry. And now we are going to talk about the big news that broke this weekend. Something that is really long overdue. Fans have been waiting for a while. It might be a little too late, but it's still going to be an absolute spectacle. May 2nd, Pacquiao Mayweather. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The hugest fight in boxing history, in professional fighting all around, and it's really nice to finally see that these guys were able to come together and get the fight scheduled. And I just want to, Pete, I'll let you go first. Your initial reaction to hearing that this fight is going to finally happen.
I was happy.
Is that all?
Yeah.
All right, you're kicked off the show. You're coming back.
I
miss Joe.
I'm just I don't know, just kind of pissed me off that they waited this long. I feel like Mayweather waited till Pacquiao was out of his prime, so he could fight because he knows he's not better than him. Okay. So he figures, if I get him out of his prime, I got a better chance to win. So I just want to see Pacquiao 5-second knockout.
I mean, but maybe a little case of, better late than never, wouldn't you say? At least we had get to see it.
But never late is better.
Okay, Drake.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Pete, no one would disagree. 5 years ago, this would have been the greatest thing. This would have been one of the biggest events sports ever. 5 years ago, but now, a little bit taken out of it, but still it's going to be a huge deal. Mm-hmm. Huge deal. Now, for the viewers who don't know, this is Mayweather's son. A diehard Mayweather fan here, thinks he's the best ever, can't really say he's wrong. And when you found out, what'd you feel?
I was like, finally, like Petey said, I mean, it is long overdue. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Petey Mayweather's actually older than Pacquiao, so they're both out of their prime. And Mayweather doesn't deal with Bob Arum, who's Pacquiao's, what do you want to call
manager?
It? Not his manager, like the promoter. And he never dealt with him because they blew up over something. I can't remember. So that's why the fight never happened, not because Floyd is
when Pacquiao, May 2nd, I'm going to come here the next weekend, and I'm going to go off.
Yeah, you don't even know reasons why Pacquiao would.
I don't gotta know.
Okay.
I don't gotta know.
Okay.
I mean, it would help if you knew why you were making your selection.
Underdog.
Okay. So when you fill out your bracket, you just pick all 16s?
16 has never beat a 1. So no.
So it's underdog.
But historically, it just doesn't happen.
Well, historically, Mayweather's never lost.
Well, I'll take that.
Ever.
Yeah, but it's Pacquiao.
What does that mean? He's not undefeated.
It's the tournament.
You want Albany over Florida last year? No.
The tournament is...
He's not...
This year, I think it's more likely a 16 wins than someone fighting against Mayweather.
You think so?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't. I don't think so. I think
both
Pacquiao has a better shot of winning.
No, it doesn't.
Than a 16 beating a 1. You're going to tell me Kentucky's going to get upset by a 16?
Not Kentucky.
They're not the only one.
The whole thing.
Not the only one.
There's 4 of them, though. All
right, who else? Duke.
Virginia.
Who's going to get...
Virginia and Gonzaga, right?
Duke does a real nice job getting upset every year.
Yeah, I guess so, but...
They lost to St. Bonaventure 3 years ago.
Who did they lose to last year, that team?
Mercer, I think it was?
Yeah, Mercer College.
Yeah, but it's Pacquiao.
What does that mean?
Duke.
What does Pacquiao mean?
Isn't he, did he win his weight division?
He's number 2. He's not number 1.
Exactly, so therefore it's a number 2 beating a 1.
It's not, it's
better than a 16 beating a 1. And
no, I said Pacquiao's better chance than a 16 versus a 1, but depends on the 1, though, honestly.
Pacquiao's a better chance of beating Mayweather than a 16 does than a 1. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Now, this fight happens, and, I guess I don't think at this point we don't have to. I'm just going to throw my pick in there. I think Mayweather is going to win this.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. You don't even know why.
You know what?
I know.
It's when Pacquiao, what did he verse? Marquez.
I know.
It's the same type. When Pacquiao throws in the punches, Marquez is a great defender and throws in like those precision punches that that could just like affect you and get you dizzy. You don't even know what you're talking about. So yeah, you can't even look at me. And that's how and Pacquiao got his.
If Pacquiao loses, you come up on the show and just blow me up. If he loses, blow me up.
You don't know boxing, so it's not even a point to argue with you.
Pete, just out of curiosity, do you know who Marquez is?
Yeah, he's a boxer.
Well, can't say he's wrong. Can't say he's wrong.
3 times.
4.
And then he KO.
Yeah.
Didn't he KO Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Pacquiao was on his stomach. Pacquiao was on his stomach, out cold.
All right.
So
everyone catches one.
Now,
not Mayweather.
He will.
I'm gonna turn to you, Ant. Okay.
Yeah.
How big will this fight be for Mayweather's legacy if he wins?
It's the biggest fight of his career. I mean, this will make his legacy, no doubt.
Okay.
This is the fight that everyone wanted to happen, and if he wins it, I mean, especially if he knocks him out, that'll be even better for him. But if he wins, which I hope he will, that'll really solidify his legacy.
Now, you mentioned the word knockout. Mayweather, though, historically known as maybe the best defender ever.
Yeah, because no one can hit 30%.
I mean, do you think that he can... Do you think he will look for that knockout, or do you think he's going out there for just a strict win?
I personally think he should just do what he always does and just wins, honestly. I mean, if he feels that he should knock him out, I mean... That's not the way I would go. I would just go for the win, which he can easily do because no one has ever hit more than 30% of their punches. So that's the way I would go out for the win.
If he were to lose, and I know it's probably unfathomable for you, but if he were, what do you think the cause might be?
What do you mean by the cause?
Do you think that Mayweather would maybe beat himself by being over-aggressive and looking for a knockout?
Yeah,
do you think that's the only really...
Yeah, because that'll open him up to some punches that he's not used to.
Now this is I just want to know, because I personally think if Pacquiao wins, it could be the best thing that could ever happen for boxing.
It would be like when Sugar Ray Leonard lost. That's kind of like what it is.
No, but because I know, obviously it's you're not only a Mayweather fan, but you're a big boxing fan.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Pacquiao winning means that we're gonna get 2 more of these matchups.
I wouldn't necessarily say that since they didn't sign a rematch clause.
But don't you feel like if Mayweather loses, he's gonna want that?
I feel like he'll want it, but I don't know if he'll get it because that was also a hold up too. Was that that I don't know. They were discussing who wanted what, like a rematch if someone loses, and it didn't happen. So I don't. That's why I don't know if it'll happen or not. And plus, they're both obviously almost 40.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't know how much they have left. I mean, Mayweather says he's retiring next year anyway. I think he just wants to get 50 and retire. Or he'll be like 49. 450, I don't remember.
Pacquiao's an actor.
Okay, that's irrelevant.
What is that? Okay, tell you what.
Look at this thing. Look,
tell me why Pacquiao being an actor will help him win.
He got the hype around him.
He's also a singer too.
Wait.
Pacquiao
has the hype around him going into this fight.
Nah, his last film was 2012. He's been out of the game for a while.
He has more hype than Mayweather.
Nah,
I didn't think so.
I was kidding when I said that.
Okay, now we're gonna flip the script. Okay,
what do you want?
Go ahead. You're closing.
He was elected to the Philippine House of Representatives. Pacquiao was.
This is the only thing relevant right now in the Philippines.
He's a boxer. He's an actor. Come on.
It doesn't help him win.
He's the biggest thing in Philippines.
He is.
What else is big in the Philippines? Go.
What else is he in the Philippines?
What else is big in the Philippines besides Pacquiao?
I don't know, man. I don't live there.
That's the point. That's the point. Of course, he's gonna be elected and stuff.
Enough about Philippian politics.
Philippine. Read a book.
He's so right.
I do that on purpose. He gets so mad every time I say it wrong.
America.
You gotta make it more louder.
Sumerian.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I was almost. Never mind. All right, we're gonna move over now to the basketball last week, the trade deadline. We saw a lot of pieces move, a lot of changes. An hour before the deadline was done, there was a huge rush. But before that, we saw a Knick player leave. Some consider him a great. They feel like he personally is responsible for rejuvenating New York basketball.
Okay.
Pete Stat is now a Mav, along with half of your, last year's team. Your thoughts on just Stoudemire's time in New York?
It was great.
Please
Anything
don't be
else, you
done.
Knick fan?
No. He really did. I mean, like, what was it from? I think 2002 to whenever we signed him. I think we had a losing record every year, right? So we bring in Stoudemire,
Yeah.
5-year, $100 million contract. I think it was.
Which screwed you in the end so much.
And I don't know about that, but anyway,
It didn't screw you. Okay, no, I'll just let you talk.
dude, if it wasn't for him,
Okay.
we would still be losing.
You would have got Melo regardless.
So what does signing Stat have to do with anything with Carmelo Anthony? Has nothing
The
to
contract I'm talking
do with it. Has
about.
nothing to do with Carmelo. Us
No,
signing
just go,
Stoudemire has
just go,
zero
just talk about
to
it.
do with Carmelo Anthony.
Yes, it does.
Come on. Ode to Stat.
And, he really did rejuvenate New York basketball, which is good. Got us back in the talks for a little bit. Now, not so much, but I feel like we're going to be back. We'll be good next year. I mean, it really doesn't take much to make the playoffs in the East. So, I feel like we could probably hit that 7 or 8 spot next year with possibly the first round pick next year with Melo coming back. Hopefully we get some free agent signings, But, I mean, I don't think all of this would be happening if it weren't for Stoudemire, Everyone was so happy for that 1 year that he was there, that average, 9 games, he had over 30 points. I think at one point people even had him as the MVP of the league for that time. Without him, he's a hard guy to hate as a Knick. Hard guy to hate. And I'm happy he's going to a good team that will probably make some noise in the playoffs. I don't want to see him with some scrub team.
Okay, now
He's not going to contribute at all to that team.
I want to ask you, we're a little bit past the halfway point. Phil Jackson has done nothing positive outside of clearing cap. Your feelings right now on the Zen Master?
And he's being paid over double what other GMs in the league are making.
What does that have to do with him, his on-court stuff? Nothing. Anyway.
What does that mean on court?
I mean,
he puts the team together.
Your salary is paid for what you produce, and I'm just saying.
He's being paid $12 million.
We need him.
Do you feel like?
It's not like he was a proven GM.
All right, if you had to do, if you're a teacher, an A through F, what grade do you give Mr.
Honestly,
Jackson?
I think I'm not just saying this because I'm a Knick fan. I just think that it's too early to tell. I don't think he could do much. I think him clearing out the cap space is the only thing positive that he could do. I don't think that, I feel like I'll give him a grade at the end of the summer when we sign players. If we actually go out there and actually sign a couple good players, I'll give him a good grade. If we don't, sit back and just hang around with that first round pick, I wouldn't be happy with them.
What if you guys were like first or second in the league? Would you give him a grade then?
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't get your point then.
This is just my thing. Now, you said he did really maybe the only thing he could. But at the beginning of the year, we did an NBA preview. Everyone had him going to the playoffs.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he failed.
Don't you
I
feel?
don't think he failed.
How did he not fail?
Tell me if this is an accurate summary. He failed at his initial goal, and is now doing a good job switching course.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's the fairest way to put it. Now I'm going to switch over. I think because we all have an opportunity now to talk about our own personal team and to your Nets.
Yeah.
There were a lot of talks about them making a lot of moves, and there was really only one thing done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's KG went back to Minnesota, and you brought in Thaddeus Young. The Nets are still, a possible playoff team. How do you feel about, how they did during the trade deadline?
Oh, it was awful, but I saw that they're waiting for the offseason, and if they don't do anything in the offseason, I'm not going to go to the game next season, because then it's just, I'm tired of it. I mean, it's like with the Yankees, too. They're not making any moves that are relevant. I mean, Thaddeus Young's good. I mean, that was just like a pity trade, honestly, for Cameron Garnett just to go back to his old team. But, we should just get rid of our big three, whatever you want to call it, and get like Brandon Jennings, get Lance Stevenson, get someone. I mean, they're old and they're. I mean, I like Joe Johnson a lot. I mean, he produces the most out of all of them because Brook Lopez is never on the court. Deron is even worse. He's literally never on the court. And yeah, I'm just tired of it. I haven't. Remember last time I watched the game. I don't think I'm gonna watch the game the rest of the season. Honestly.
I just want to be sure. I don't know. You said Sotomayor's not gonna have a big impact. He had 14 points last game on 11 minutes.
I said he's not gonna have a great impact on that team for their playoff run.
He's making a positive impact right now.
Okay. I mean,
14 points in 11 minutes.
Who they verse and when did he play in the game?
They
there
played.
Okay, but Pete, to your point.
Look, there you go.
To your point,
Jefferson,
Pete. To your point about Phil, it's way too early to give a grade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one game. You know what I mean? Now, but I still on this topic of the Nets. There are a lot of options, and I think some of these options, could still be around. Their big three being Deron, Joe, and Brook.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think they should get rid of first?
Lopez.
And do you feel like that? I mean, I personally agree because of the fact that they have Plumlee there to replace.
It's not even that. It's just because he's like the most value right now because if he's healthy, he could be he's better than all of them at this point.
And out of the trade scenarios, we saw Reggie Jackson, Brandon Jennings, Lance Stevenson. Which player are you most upset about missing out on?
Jennings. I think he's easily the best scorer of all of them, best player overall. I mean, for last year, I probably would say Lance Stevenson, but I don't know what happened to him. It seems like Lance needs great players around him to make him great, which is not a good sign. But yeah, I really want Jennings. I've always liked him since he went to the Bucks, and I think he'd be a great fit. Reggie Jackson, I think he was just a little whiner, to be honest with you. Just wanted to get out. I mean, he denied, what'd you say, $48 million just to leave. I mean, you gotta go with yourself. You're not that great, honestly.
Right.
He's not gonna. I honestly don't think he'll be that great with the Pistons.
I think we'll see. I think it'll be very interesting, and I think Brandon Jennings is gonna more likely than not be on the move with Reggie going there. So we'll see where Jennings and all of the Nets pretty much end up come the offseason. Now I'm gonna take the mic for a second here. The Heat finally did the best thing for them in a while. Watched LeBron walk and. They got a great addition in Goran Dragic. Couldn't have been happier. He really, did a lot for us. Unfortunate Norris Cole left. Really liked him as a player. But I think Dragic does a lot of good things for the Heat. They have an opportunity to be in these playoffs. It's just really, really unfortunate that the day they get the best news in a long time of Goran coming, they find out Bosh missing the rest of the year with blood clots in his lungs. It's really unfortunate, and it's really heartbreaking because I really thought Dragic could propel the Heat to make a deep run in the Eastern Conference. It's very, very disappointing. I feel like the chips might have really fell their way with this Dragic move, and now I think it's kind of out of the question. Probably going to be a first round exit for Miami, and it's really unfortunate that that is what happened to Bosh, but I think their future is still bright with a healthy Bosh, Dragic, and if Wade can ever play a full season again, it's yet to be seen.
No, he won't. He'll never play a full season. Not at this point.
I know it's a dream, man. Just let me have it. Now there are a lot of other pieces. Ennis Cantor to the Thunder, playoff contenders. Phoenix Suns, they get rid of Dragic and Isaiah Thomas, but they bring in Brandon Knight. Playoff contenders. And the Milwaukee Bucks lose Brandon Knight and replace with Michael Carter Williams. They're right now 7 above 500, 6 seed out east. So I ask you, which of those three guys was the most important trade for the team that they went to? I'll start. I believe that the most important one was Michael Carter Williams. And I say this not for what he's going to do for them now. I think 6th seed is their peak. They really can't pass Atlanta, Toronto, Washington, Chicago, or Cleveland. But what I do think is that he's going to now be able to build a lot of chemistry with this team. And for the future, Michael Carter Williams is going to be a great point guard. as far as someone who can get it all done. He's never going to win an MVP, but he's going to be a great piece of a team that could, I really believe, contend for titles in a couple of years from now. And I think that they set themselves up nicely with Michael Carter Williams. I'll dish it off to you guys.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Michael Carter Williams. He basically hit it on all cylinders right there. But I don't know. I feel like he's a better passer than Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight's a better scorer. But I feel like you get that scoring with now Jabari and OJ Mayo. I think they have.
And Antetokounmpo's, he's really going to emerge. You'll see it, especially next year. Going to be his third year, I believe.
Yeah.
It's going to be something special, I believe, that kid.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good fit, getting rid of Brandon Knight. He always gets dunked on. Anyway.
Brandon Knight was borderline All-Star this year.
No, Brandon Knight really was having a great year.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't. But I'm saying I don't think that they lost that much losing him. I feel like Michael Carter Williams would be a good fit.
I think they did lose a lot. I think he was really emerging. Honestly, Michael Carter Williams has that Magic Johnson type of body, like the point guard, like kind of like LeBron, with obviously less muscle, but I kind of like, I don't know.
I mean,
obviously no, because obviously I feel like the Sixers would have kept him if they actually saw promise. Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year. You don't just get rid of someone unless you don't see promise in him. So that's why I think Brandon Phoenix got the better of it. And Kellen Marshall, he's just honestly just a great passer. That's all he could do at this point in his career.
So you feel like the Phoenix won with that trade as far as, they had a 3-guard situation, but now they got rid of two of them and brought in Brandon Knight. Do you think
I feel like Sixers won just because they got Miles Plumlee and then Tyler Ennis too. Young guys. How many more centers did Milwaukee got Miles Plumlee. Yeah, I believe Brandon
So the 76ers picked up more picks, which is insane.
Yeah, they got JaVale McGee in a pick for who did they get? They got it for rights to Senk Akoy. Doesn't even matter, actually. They got it for no one. They received JaVale McGee and a first round pick, which is projected at the top 18 for no one. Who? How do you do that?
I think
who's the Denver GM?
I think OKC was a winner. They got that powerful center, and was it Cantor?
Yeah,
Enes Kanter.
And I don't think Kendrick Perkins is that much of an offensive threat, obviously. And I feel like you do add that offensive threat now with Cantor, and now he's obviously a very good defender. So I feel like they definitely, and they didn't get much. They didn't have to give up much for him. So
they only gave up Reggie, right?
Well, Reggie was kind of something that they let him walk in a way.
Yeah,
because they knew they weren't going to be able to resign him, and they had no choice.
I honestly, I kind of want to go with Oklahoma State now, just because I think underrated was DJ Augustine going there.
That's a
nice 3-point shooter, probably better 3-point shooter overall if you want to go there. Oh, they got Steve Novak, Kyle Singler, who's really no one.
Steve Novak goes to is good.
That's not true.
Are you just basing off the Knicks when they did good?
He was at Toronto last year. They were pretty good.
Wasn't he on the Jazz this year?
Was he?
I believe so.
All right, well, it happens.
Yes,
but now this was going to be.
But now he's at OKC.
All right, relax.
Okay, I honestly don't know if you heard Durant had to go in for surgery again for the right foot, right toe or foot, whatever it was, something in the right, and it's because he re-injured it, which I don't think it's a good sign. Some people are saying that he should sit out the rest of the year, because people are saying that it's very hard to play basketball and whatever he hurt. I don't want to get into these science terms. I don't know.
Right.
They said it's really hard to play on whatever it is.
Well, now that was going to be my closing question until we take a quick break and introduce Ryan Hines, who is with us today. But I want to say the Thunder. I have two questions. Right now, 8th seed with a 2-game lead over Phoenix. How concerned do you think they should be without Durant? And if they make the playoffs, Russell Westbrook MVP. So, concern meter, Westbrook MVP.
I think Russell Westbrook will be MVP if they make the playoffs, because he's just an animal, that guy. And No, obviously losing Durant's a big loss, but I don't think they should be concerned as much. You still have one of the best point guards in the league. He shown before that he's able to play without Durant and at a high level. He could get other people involved. I feel like they should obviously be concerned, but not like panic. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they'll still be fine.
So we're saying that he's out and then they make the push? Is that what we're saying?
Well, right now, like, you know, knowing that he's dealing with these injuries and it's uncertain when he'll return, how nervous are you at you know, with OKC sitting at the 8th seed? You know, they're normally top 3.
That's what I'm saying. I think they should be nervous because, like, you get that crappy draft pick. I think they should, honestly, because, like, what's the point of going to AC? Honestly, I think they lose to Golden State with or without Durant, honestly, at this point. And what?
Wow.
So if Durant keeps playing and he's like out like every few games, stuff like that, I think they'll beat him. Honestly, I mean, Golden State's the best team, maybe with the Hawks. Honestly, like overall team in the league, and if they make the playoffs, I think still Harden or Steph Curry will win it for MVP.
I think panic meter low unless Durant's injury is season ending. As long as he's there for playoffs, no concerns at all, and that's because Westbrook right now is playing MVP caliber. Personally, he keeps these numbers up. He would get the award from me. Do I think he'll get it? I don't know if I don't think they'll give it to him.
No,
I think he'll be very deserving.
He won't get it because like Steph Curry and James Harden started this season from the get-go. Like,
well, I think Westbrook's been doing this really from the get-go. To be truthful with you,
I think he has, but it's also because like his sidekick is Durant too. It's like people always look at that too, like because like he's like the number 2 on the team. You know what I'm saying?
We'll definitely see a lot of stuff to look forward to, but don't go anywhere. In just 5 quick minutes, we will be joined by Iona men's basketball player Ryden Hines, so stick with us here live. You are listening to Roommate Rivalry on WICR.